Explosion. Okay, alright. So, I saw this video on YouTube, so I was like, let me just check it out. I watched the video, it was like, why I don't like reading. I was like, okay, I don't like reading. She doesn't like reading. So, okay, let me just check it out. I check it out, yeah, and it's pretty cool. So, today, that's what we're going to be reacting to. So, yeah, grab a snack, grab a drink, maybe grab some Gatorade, maybe grab some cereal while you're at it. Yeah, come back and enjoy the video.
Reading, books, libraries, it's all boring. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion.
She literally isn't alone in this. I just don't like reading for so many reasons. Like, words on a page, like, that's kind of boring when you can just see it. Like, I don't know if this is only me, but I like to see things more than just, like, read about them. Because if you read about them, like, I don't know, you have to make the mental image in your head, but that's good. Yeah, it just helps your brain develop. But like, just like seeing it, like just seeing the words come alive, if that makes any sense. But like, that's just me. Might be you, but if it's you, then leave a like in the comments, or just leave a comment.
Or not, when I was growing up, it was pretty normal. But now I always hear people gush about how great it is to bundle up in a warm blanket with, quote, a good book.
Is it only me, or that would be so boring the way you just said that? That would be so boring for me. Like, I like to cozy up in a blanket and all. But with a movie, or like a series I'm like really into, or like watching anime, like, like reading a book, it's just kind of boring, you know. But like, I like adventure books because it's full of adventure. But like, I want to see the actual thing before like I read about it. Because if I see the actual thing, I know how it's placed in my mind, so I could imagine what's going on. But nah, they don't give you any description on it. So yeah.
While the faint light of the fall evening peeks out of their cracked windows and hits their collection of plants perfectly.
Okay, so this is the thing I don't get. Why do people buy plants? I know, like, maybe, like, flowers, yes, like, to give to someone. But plants, why? A plant is meant to be on the ground with the mud where it's supposed to be, not in your house where you can just, like, I don't understand why people buy plants. It's just confusing for me. Because, like, you don't need a plant. It's not like a pet, like a cat or a dog. I know maybe you might not like cats or dogs or different, you might not even like animals in general, so you just get a plant. But, like, what's the plant gonna do for you? You're just gonna give it water and make it grow. But like, it's supposed to be in its natural environment, not where it's in your house and just like suffering. Like, bruh, that's just my opinion.
They've got a warm cup of chamomile tea they've prepared with the Keurig they use daily, and actually it's a funny story. They were about to get one at Target because they were on sale, but they received one as a gift instead. What a coincidence! And they have a cat. I'm not saying that isn't a poetic life you've got going on over there, but I still don't like reading and have a cat allergy. It's kind of complicated. The thought of reading sounds really nice to me. It's supposed to be calming and good for your brain in some sort of way. I don't know how exactly, but people repeat it all the time, so it might be true. But I think I've got some weird reading PTSD from school because the other part of my brain thinks about how boring and slow and too quiet it's gonna be, and I feel like I have to take notes and memorize things and identify the plot points and
I did this so many times at school, like at English class, like they tell you to identify the plot. I'm like, oh, Romeo did this. I don't care about who Romeo is, bro. I just wanna like, what? I don't care who Romeo is. Just tell me my ABCD so I can go home. Like, what? You have to get every single detail and explain it. Oh, explain derogatory. I was like, what is going on? Just leave it. Oh my god. Okay. I can relate to this. I can literally relate to this.
know the names and symbolisms in To Kill a Mockingbird, and oh god, was I supposed to read up to chapter 7 by Thursday or through it? I used to love reading. I still have the strong memory of going to my elementary school's library and being excited to check out the next Geronimo Stilton book.
You know, I used to like reading, you know, like reading in general, because like I just remember when I was in like primary school and I used to like read all these books and they were so fun for me. But when I went to secondary school, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what? I swear it's a school that just made it boring. Not primary school, but when you get older, it just gets boring, very boring. They just drain all the fun out of it. That's just what I think. Yeah.
Because I loved the pictures and fun text they had. They always wrote the word cheese like this. And being able to read books that
Oh yeah, they used to do that. Like the pop-out pictures, like when you're reading a book and the picture pops out. It's so much fun. I just remember doing that. Like I just can't like read a book and just see all dozens of words just falling down on the page. Like ugh, I need some kind of like fun, something fun. But it's just not fun anymore for me. So I don't like reading.
had more than 10 words on the page was impressive to a 6-year-old. Whenever I found a book I liked growing up, I would read it nonstop. I was able to crush a 300-pager in 2 days, which I don't think is considered impressive anymore, but it was in 5th grade, and look, that was the only self-worth I had, alright? But when school started making us read books by force, it kinda took the fun away from me.
This is literally a perfect representation of what school does, like, to people reading books. Like, it's like a demon just draining all the fun out of it. Like, that's just perfect. I love this.
I don't like being told what to do with my free time, especially if you're gonna make me read a book written in the 1940s that I need cliff notes to decode just to realize that all the animals were communists. Also, it's 20% of my grade. I get it, though. What else are we gonna do in English class? We can all understand each other, right? We're speaking English. That's gotta count for something, right? But the more I had to read really cryptic books in my spare time where the symbolism is in the color of the main character's curtains, and I'm not even observant enough to realize they had curtains, led me to not really
This is literally what I meant. This is what I said before. They drain the fun out of it, and they want you to get every single detail, like pull every single thing you can from it. Like, what? Just let me read the book and see what it's about. Then if I like it, I judge it. What? Just leave me alone. Like, what? What's your problem?
having fun and also feeling like an idiot. I like my subtlety like I like my coffee. Splash in my face. How am I supposed to know what the A stands for adultery? I don't know. It could mean a woman for all I know. Asparagus. But all that isn't anything new. Everyone complains about English assignments. Everyone hates reading the Scarlet Letter. Everyone thinks school should die. However, something that also locked in my disdain for reading was my mom. Hi, Mom! Of course, as a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure.
I'm just loving this right now. Like, literally. This explains everything so nicely to me. And, like, yeah, it's just beautiful. Lovely. That's my opinion.
So what's the solution? Make them read more. And on paper, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I'll probably use that parenting technique too, when applicable. I think my mom made the obvious good parenting decision. But as the victim here, I believe I fell in the small minority where it had the overall opposite effect. During summer vacation, my mom would always tell me that I needed to read at least 2 books so I don't forget how to read. Whenever my mom would walk in on my brother and I playing Mario Kart together in the living room, she would ask if we've read yet today, which we would respond no, because reading's for chumps. And then she'd lock us in our rooms to be chumps. I started hating reading so much, I would rather do literally nothing than read a book. There were a couple summers where I faked reading entire books because I just didn't want to read that much. There was this one about dragons, I think, called The Secret Country, and I still remember that just looking at the cover would put me in a bad mood because of hatred association. Screw your secret country. When I was being forced to read, I would sit angrily on my bed.
If they force you to read, that's where the fun ends. That's literally where the fun ends. If they force you to do something, that's where you just don't want to do it anymore. Because you're telling me to do it. I wanted to do it so I can feel self-worth. But now, you're asking me to do it. And I just won't feel anything anymore. Nothing. Nothingness.
Open the book, move the bookmark a reasonable amount forward to make it look like I read, and then just sit there for 30 minutes staring at it. It was boring, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I could have had at least a decent time if I just tried to read the dang book, but I guess it turned into a dignity thing. Actually, the ironic part is maybe a year or so later I decided to restart the same book and give it another shot on my own terms, and I finished it in 2 days. It was pretty good. I did it again with another book called Molly Moon and the Morphing Mystery. It's like the 5th book in this Molly Moon series. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the story, but it's about this orphan who can hypnotize people and has a pug. Anyway, it's funky because I actually read the first few books of the series on my own and remember really liking them. I would read them any chance I got, but as soon as I was forced to read this one, I just decided I'd rather literally waste my time and sit alone rebelling against reasonable parenting. But this time I never went back to read it. I think that might have been the point of no return for me. I think the association of reading as a necessity or some sort of punishment has deep-rooted itself in me, and now I just feel like reading isn't fun or I'm in trouble for something even though I live alone. I've tried listening to audiobooks, but honestly, they make me feel really lonely. I don't know why.
This relates to me so badly, and it hurt. I just literally just slapped my head. I swear. Like I feel so dumb now for some reason. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Might be the lack of visuals. I like pictures. And also no one else is around. It's the same with music. I've never been a big music person, so whenever I try to sit down and do something while listening to music, it somehow enhances this feeling of being alone and like time is going by slower, which makes me uncomfortable. So I always have either YouTube videos or more recently Twitch streams in the background. I'm still not super used to Twitch yet, but I like Ryukar's stuff. He plays Mario Maker. Sometimes I wish I read more. It might be good for me to slow down instead of always consuming fast-paced content on the internet, but on the other hand, I think it's just a preference I have that's been cemented with bad association. If you like reading, I think that's really great. I've got a lot of friends who like reading, and it's cool that you've got a really nice hobby you can fall back on to de-stress, or however you people feel while staring at words all day. I was gonna say you should recommend a good book I should give a try, but I took a second to think about if I would actually try to read any suggestions, and being real with myself, the answer is no. So, enjoy that chamomile tea.
That's literally the end of the video. So if you liked it so much, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know the gist. So yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Get out.